It is great to have you back here at CoinSuri's channel. Who are you with? Your vote enter in the option community. Option A XRP. Option B Ripple. Option C SEC. I will go over what transpired during the time that XRP was still linked to the SEC in my Ripple versus SEC discussion today, and I will also address the corrupt nature of our US government. Everything that has happened so far has led up to this point. The US government is pursuing criminal charges against Sam Bateman for embezzling $8 billion from FTX clients and donating $100 million to US lawmakers. Despite this, the government is ignoring allegations of campaign finance breaches and is not planning to pay victims. So far this week, I haven't heard anything more disgusting than this. Furthermore, it proves how crooked our US government is. Think about how furious I would be if I found out that FTX was using my Bitcoin to fund politicians during the crash. At the time, I would have been completely confused about the purpose of such funds. But I'm afraid things will only get worse from here on out. Put another way, I think this person will return home once the dust settles from this and Sam Bake's release. In my opinion, he probably won't spend the rest of his life in prison because he bound himself to the proper people. Given Steve Rischetti's network, it's little surprise that Biden elevated Merrick Garland, a former clerk, to the position of renowned federal prosecutor. The war is being financed by Sam Bateman using money from the Ukraine National Bank. Biden donates to FTX for financial reasons. Finally, scam artist Sam Bateman faces justice. In an effort to keep Sam's area free from revealing details about the transaction with Ukraine, Garland asks SDNY to erase campaign finance charges. Sam Bateman walks free and Joe Biden becomes wealthy at the expense of the American people. My friend, that is a common thread throughout this nation. Moreover, which part of this is the most annoying? Funds raised by private individuals. Everyone who dabbled in Bitcoin did it with the goal of making a profit. In other words, I could overcome inflation and leave my 9-to-5 job. My chances of becoming financially independent in the future look good because of this. They were left with nothing as a result of this man and our deceitful US government. At this point, we are free to approach Ukrainian soil. Watch as it happens right in front of your eyes. A bank to aid in Ukraine's recovery was set up today by BlackRock and JP Morgan. Moreover, I am of the belief that, more often than not, money laundering is going on in the background. One thing to keep in mind is that this will occur repeatedly, but we're going to talk about Ukraine more in depth now. Further exploration of BlackRock and JP Morgan will be provided towards the end of the video. Prior to his incarceration next year, U.S. courts have denied Nance founder CZ's most recent endeavors to visit the UAE. In my opinion, CZ's dismissal was not without reason. It seems to me that everything happens for a reason. And in the end, it's about nothing at all. This digital dollar is emerging as a consequence of the FTX meltdown, but for some reason, Binance was kicked out. It may also be simple to establish a centralized digital money system that is both safe and reliable. The Federal Reserve and other major institutions are conducting a digital dollar pilot program, which is happening at the same time as other nations are also developing digital currencies. This is seen as a good thing by many in the media, including Wall Street Journal editorial writers. After all, China or another country will step in and ask Congress to support their plan if the United States doesn't. On top of that, FTX may have pioneered the concept for such a system. We can skip ahead to the present to find out what's going on now. Elizabeth Warren is now stating that cryptos are only used for illicit reasons, following suit. Drug sales and terrorist financing are the only things that people use it for. Cryptocurrency is shaping discussions around the concept of a digital dollar. Since they are intending to pay them in digital currency, it would be more prudent to conduct the pilot for free according to the same reasoning. Yes, they do intend to launch one at some point. And then there's this complete and utter idiot, Gary Gensler. Investors in cryptocurrencies would be protected by legislation, he says. It had been a private meeting between him and the recently released Sam Bankman. The securities laws control crypto security tokens. Additionally, those tokens are not in compliance with any securities regulations. Transparency helps investors make better judgments, even while there are rules in place to prevent fraud, market manipulation, and other types of misinformation. Many people have been hurt and lost money as they hoped for a better future, and we have seen it all. Yes, all those people who put their money into FTX and then utilized it to buy cryptocurrencies. They aimed for a better tomorrow. Following Jamie Dimon's orders, Gary Gensler shifted his focus from FTX to Ripple, causing many retail investors to lose money when FTX failed. Plus, they aren't getting their money back or compensated in any way. Furthermore, it is highly probable that these folks have given up on ever stepping away from crypto. Therefore, they ought to fire this guy before he causes further damage to the Bitcoin market. Digital currencies based on cannabis trial make it possible to track transactions, and maybe even add restrictions based on users' social or political ratings. Now, when we compare CBDC to Bitcoin, and I'll confess, I'm not against Bitcoin in general, it's just that Bitcoin Maxis seems to find a way to bring up Bitcoin in every conversation. However, when seen in this light, Elizabeth Warren's efforts to have CBDCs banned seem crystal clear. Bitcoin is in direct competition with them. The same logic that led Jamie Dimon to propose demonetizing Bitcoin applies here. Banks will lose their luster. In their view, seeing BDC is crucial to ensuring their continued relevance in the future. And in the end, they won't do anything about it. It is en route. Bitcoin ETFs, on the other hand, are currently the cryptocurrency market's most distracting topic. Do you recall Jamie Dimon from 2014? Saving money with Bitcoin is not a smart idea. 2015, the end of Bitcoin is near. The trajectory of Bitcoin in 2016 is flat. The year 2017 was trusting Bitcoin is a bad idea. Coming up in 2018, I won't be talking about Bitcoin anymore. I regret saying it. You call these digital assets crypto tokens, and I could care less about Bitcoin in 2018. What about December 2023? Cryptocurrency has always made me quite wary, to say the least. If it were up to me, the government would shut it down. What has piqued JP Morgan's interest in Bitcoin recently? Authorized participants, including JP Morgan, were designated by BlackRock Valkyrie on December 29. On the other hand, the Bitcoin Maximus will justify his actions by saying they are necessary to keep from slipping further behind. This sentence needs further thought from me. The investment firm BlackRock is intending to invest in Bitcoin. The likelihood of JP Morgan consulting Larry Fink is high. Check out these two people working together on the Ukrainian repair bank. It's insane. That is why they will back Bitcoin. Their activities will create a situation where Bitcoin is irreparably damaged, which will lead to its eventual collapse, in my view, because Jamie Dimon is someone I simply do not trust. And trusting BlackRock would be a huge mistake. That being said, something more important is happening. And this is happening right now. As the world transitions to digital currency, digital payments are rapidly expanding. Is their focus taking us away from the eventual goal, where XRP and a new financial system are about to come out at the same time? Can you explain XRP? Is the demolition of Bitcoin part of their intention to construct a CBDC? That's up to you. Considering things from a multitude of aspects is the reason behind it. I would be very interested to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section below, given digital money was the only currency remaining when the US dollar crashed. Furthermore, I think we are seeing the depreciation of the US dollar. That reality has been the focus of multiple videos I have created this year. As in previous years, everything is moving at a dizzying rate of speed. Russia, China, and the BRICS are all now visible in the broader context. As long as it keeps moving forward, the EU and the US will have to keep up. At the same time, conventional media outlets are promoting Bitcoin to retail investors through stories in an attempt to create excitement about the cryptocurrency. Should Bitcoin collapse, the news would be covered extensively by the conventional media as well. Also, bear in mind that there is a severe problem in the banking business. We must maintain optimism and patience while this is on, but I would like to hear your thoughts on the subject since it may trigger a CBDC emergency. Feel free to leave a remark with your opinions. United, we can achieve financial success. Understood. I will now conclude this video. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Catch you later, farewell.